Hello everyone, Barrick here of Barrick Reads Comics, and I am back with another video. This is covering, excuse me, Image Comics at Final Order Cutoff for February 23rd, 2016. So there's quite a few items on this one, 69 items actually, and I can't say that there's anything that really stands out too much, other than there are some reprints. Dorc has a number one third printing. The orders for the second print were over 25,000 for number one. Number two orders for that were over 70,000. And apparently more reorders have been getting submitted for the second print, so that's why we have the third print. The other book, sorry, just to back up for a second. Again, as we talked about last time, that book is all over the place on price. So that's, I don't know that these are going to be as hot. Both that and the next one, which is White Sky number one, second printing, because obviously a lot of people want the first print, and I think all the notoriety and hype for it will cause people to be aware of it, which will basically make the reprints probably have a higher print run than the first print. But let's get to it. Let's get to the next one. Let me just get it loaded here so I can get the information. Oh, geez, I keep reading to do this. I'll get it down as I do more of these videos. The Dorc number one third print, $3.99 cover price, and it releases on March 18th. More than likely, these are probably all going to be March 18th. So I'll just mention some if it's different. I'll just do it that way, I think. Next up, we've got White Sky number one, second printing. Same cover price, release date. Most Image books are $3.99, so I'll just with that as well. I'll just mention it if they're different. Basically, the synopsis, if you haven't read it yet or haven't really seen anything about it, and this is actually taken straight from the description on Lunar's website. 5 years ago, the sky turned white and the world ended. Violet and her father, David, are forced out of hiding and flee towards the ruins of San Francisco, where they believe they'll be safe. But in this haunted world ruled by ghosts, no place is safe. I read it. I've seen some people say the book was garbage. I haven't seen anybody actually state why they feel that way, which, to me, if you're going to give your opinion on why you thought something was horrible, maybe kind of give a slight explanation. I mean, yeah, it's all opinion anyways, and agree, disagree, or whatever. But if people are on the fence about a book, and you give a little bit more insight into basically just saying books with no apostrophe, and then a trash emoji or trash can emoji, that doesn't really tell anything. But I thought it was pretty good. I mean, nothing special. Definitely Walking Dead mixed with Last of Us, mixed with a bit of Supernatural is kind of what it felt like. But it was a good, solid book. I don't know if this William Harms has done any comics before. I know he was, I think, one of the writers on Mafia 3. I actually never played that one, so I'm not sure how the story was. But for those that have played it, you let that help you decide a little bit there. Okay, so that's the highlights for this one. The rest will go in alphabetical order. Let me just get back up here to the list. Okay, so we've got Darkness number 4. There are 3 covers, I believe. Yeah, 3 covers. We've got the Raymond Gay and Arif Prianto variant. Then the Bruno Abdias and Neil Cervantes cover. And then lastly, we've got the Ed Bendis Invincible Team Up cover. I think most books have Invincible Team Up covers. Uh, Actually, now that I think about it, I can't remember if the Invincible books actually have Invincible Team Up covers, but we'll find out in a moment when we get to it. Next up, we've got Deadly Tales of Gunslinger Spawn 14. There are just okay. There are just 2 covers on this one, so there goes what I just said about pretty much every book having it. The Patrick Reynolds. Okay, both covers are Patrick Reynolds. One's just color, the other's black and white. Let's see here. Yeah, still a Western one. I've heard it's really good, actually. I really need to get caught up and check it out. Next up, we've got Death Fight Forever, #1, second printing. This is a book by Andrew McLean of Headlopper fame and artist Alexis Zirot of Space Riders. It's cool if you like 80s action movies and classic video games like Double Dragon and that kind of stuff. It basically feels like a mashup of the two. I can't say it was anything really special, so I'm not really I hate to say this, but I'm not really sure why it's getting a second printing. I think basically Dorc and White Sky are helping to kind of push the popularity of other #1s, which, hey, it's great for Image, great for the comic shops, and great for the creators because it's giving them more money as well. So I'm not going to knock it, honestly. And yeah, I'm still going to pick up a copy, so. Next up, we've got Exquisite Corpses 11. So apparently Tinian, whatever, the guy that likes to put himself in every book, is doing even more stuff. Like, he just announced another miniseries, and he's announced more Exquisite Corpses. The general theme I'm seeing online is, dude, finish stuff you've already started first, please. By God, by all means, we beg you. That's what I've been seeing mostly. I haven't read Exquisite Corpses. I heard it's pretty good. It could be interesting to see what some of the basically background is on some of these people. I guess, like I said, I haven't actually read any of it yet, so I have no idea. But yeah, that's a heads up for something that was just announced, I think, yesterday. So we've got the AE cover, Michael Walsh. We've got the Gavin Bullerton B cover. We've got the Michael Walsh Polybad cover. We've got the Stealth variant. No artist listed. And let's see. Yeah, here we are. And we got the Michael Walsh Invincible Team Up book. Next, we've got Geiger 22. We've got the Gary Frank and Brad Anderson A cover. Okay. Sorry, I just saw the name on the next person, so you bear with me on this one. We've got the Corrado Mastantuono variant. That's the B cover. We got the Lee Kos, I guess, or Kos. Probably Kos, I guess. Kohse. C cover. That looks pretty cool. And then we've got the Gary Frank and Brad Anderson Invincible Team Up cover. Next up, we've got Ghost Pepper #9 with the Ludo Lulabi A cover. Then we've got the Alan Quaw B cover, and there's a fairly big name. I will just mention the 1 in 10 just because it kind of looks cool, though they also really made it look like Harley Quinn. So I'm not sure if that character's actually look like that normally, or if that's just for the cover. But that's the Frederick Pham Chong cover, or something to that effect. Then we've got the cover F is Ludo Lulabi Invincible Team Up book. Then we've got G.I. Joe #1 6th printing, and honestly, I'm surprised it's hasn't had more reprints. Though I guess it did start later than Void Rivals and Transformers. Now I think about it, because I forgot they did do the 4 different miniseries, so that does kind of explain it. I just know Kirkman loves his reprints. And see here. Oh, that one is $4.99. So there's a difference there. Crap, if I have to look at the release dates for all these others. Yeah, I think they're all the same. Then we've got G.I. Joe 20 cover A Tom Riley variant. This back $3.99 cover price. This is the first meeting of Optimus Prime and Duke for the Energon universe. So if you're interested in that, I would recommend grabbing a copy. It could be could ultimately be kind of a major issue going forward. Who knows what the actual repercussions or ramifications of it will be? But hey, it's a historic event for Energon Universe. So definitely, I would recommend grabbing a copy of that. Then we've got the cover B, Joshua Cassara and Romulo Fajardo Jr. variant. I think it's a connecting cover with a number 19, if I remember right. This one has Cobra facing left, and I want to say the other one had the Joes facing right. Next, we've got the G.I. Joe 20 cover C, Ben Oliver variant with a clutch on there. You know, I actually just started reading, going back through reading the original Marvel stuff, and I honestly did not remember that Clutch was one of the original Joes. It was actually pretty good so far, too. I need to finish getting caught up on that, but I mean, I'm only 4 or so issues in, and it's on like 320 something right now, so yeah, it's gonna take a while. Next up, we've got the cover F, the Tom Riley Invincible Team Up variant. Then we've got the Good as Dead trade paperback. This one is $24.99 and comes out June 10th. Didn't read this. I think in my shop only had one person picking it up, but it could be interesting. I recognize a lot of the names. David Lapham, I would assume. Next up, we've got Invincible Universe Battle Beast number 1, 6th print. Let's see, yeah, okay, that's all $3.99 on the 18th. Battle Beast 2 3rd print. There's Battle Beast 3 3rd print. Then Battle Beast 4 3rd print. Battle Beast 5 2nd print. And Battle Beast 6 2nd print. Then there's Battle Beast 7 cover Ryan Otley and Annalisa Leone variant. Then, and here's a big one for you guys, we got the Todd McFarlane and Annalisa Leone B cover. I think that one's going to be pretty popular if you're a McFarlane fan. So you'll probably want to go out and grab a copy of that. There actually is an Invincible Team Up cover for it too. So there's cover H for Battle Beast 7 is the Ryan Otley and Annalisa Leone Invincible Team Up cover. Next, we've got Invincible Universe Capes number 1, 2nd printing. Then we've got Lucky Devil 7, cover A by Ryan Brown. Lucky Devil 7, cover B, Jim Rugg. See, all right, that's right. Yeah, Ryan Brown's the artist on it. Jim Rugg's just doing a variant. I know Jim Rugg's done some other book, but I just can't think of what it is right now. Then we've got Knights Season 1, Volume 3. $16.99 cover price, comes out April 1st. The book started off really good, but then it kind of seemed like it was just getting all over the place. I haven't been keeping up with it. Okay, well, it's listed as Night Season 1, but it's the beginning of Season 2. Yeah. Either, I guess maybe an error in the solicitation, possibly. Not really sure. Maybe I'll grab the trades at some point and check it back out again. But it was a really good start. So I would, if you haven't ever checked it out before, I would recommend grabbing book 1 and just kind of reading through it. So it's basically like if you die and you have unfinished business, you actually do come back. So that happens to one person. And I think you get like 5 years or 10 years, one of those, to basically get it resolved, or you're screwed. Which, I mean, if you're dead, it's kind of seems like you're screwed anyways, but I guess you're really screwed. Next up, we've got Spawn Rat City 23, the Harvey Tollibow cover. Then we've got the, basically Spawn Rat City B cover, same artist, black and white cover. Next we got Spawn Salmon Twitch Case Files 22, the Raymond Gay cover. The B cover is the same book, just the Virgin variant. We got The Thing on the Doorstep 2, Willie Roberts A cover. This was actually a pretty good book. If you're a fan of Lovecraft, definitely check it out. Even if you're not, it was still pretty good and interesting enough to see what happens. I can take or leave Lovecraft myself, but I still enjoyed this. B cover is Abigail Harding. That one looks pretty good. Excuse me. Then we got some more Transformers reprints. We got Transformers 19 third printing with, oh come on, that's Megatron on the cover, but I'm pretty sure that's just a homage cover to something else. I just can't think of what it is right now. Transformers 23 second printing, Decepticon A cover, and we got Transformers 23 Jason Howard Autobot cover. I forgot the previous one was Jason Howard too, by the way. See, are those the same? Yeah, okay, cool. They're still the same price and release date. We've got Transformers. Let me make sure I didn't skip one. Yeah, okay. Transformers 7 second printing. That's Alita 1, I think, on the cover. I just read the previous issue where she shows where the names. Sorry to back up. Transformers 7 second printing. I think it's Alita 1 on the cover. Next up, we've got Walking Dead 133 A cover. David Finch and Dave McCaig. Then we've got the B cover, which is Charlie Adlard and Mav McCaig. Mav McCaig? Okay. Typo maybe, or is there actually a Dave and a Maeve or whatever? I'm not sure. But that one should be the original cover, I believe, because it's Adlard and he did all those, if I'm not mistaken. The cover C is Cliff Rathburn. Then we've got cover D, the Arthur Adams and Dave McCaig cover. Then we've got cover E, the David Finch and Dave McCaig cover. And let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got one more book here. Wrestle Heist number 4. This is the Kyle Starks A cover. He's also the writer on that one. Oh, and interior art, though it's also Vladimir Popov. And then finally, we've got the B cover and Kyle Starks Invincible Team Up cover. So yeah, that's it. I think more items this time than last time. So should be some pretty good stuff. Something for everybody. Let's see, yeah, 69 items total, though I think there are incentives. Obviously, those weren't really listed. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it for the week. Quite a bit of stuff on here. Sorry, I know this kind of stumbled around a little bit. I had to pause it several times and resume, so I kind of might have lost track a little bit. It'll be interesting, basically in closing, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the third printing for Dorc and the number 1 printing for White Sky. I did forget to mention that White Sky number 1 right now is going for, I think, $50 or more for the A cover. And Dorc number 1 A cover is actually about $100 now, I think. So I'm not saying jump on these for speculation purposes, but these things are hot right now for a reason. I feel like they were really good stories. There's people that don't, which is fine. Everybody's got an opinion, and no one is right or wrong, considering opinions are neither. Though I guess in some cases they can be, if you have the opinion that you could stop a bullet and you really can't. I don't really think that's an opinion, but that's more a delusion. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week. So I will get the video uploaded as soon as I can. It takes a bit of work to do these, get these everything edited and pictures added. So yeah, see you next Wednesday, hopefully, with the comment pickup video.